BNM Educational Institutions was established by the Trust Bhagirthi Bai Narayana Rao Mane Charities in the year 1972. The managing trustee N. Raghunath Rao Mane along with Professor Sunanda P. Jadhav, the founder secretary and principal, founded the institution with a focused vision to impart value-based quality education irrespective of social, financial or religious status. Professor Sunanda P. Jadhav strived to provide education at affordable cost especially to the girl child, and her unstinted efforts yielded highly commendable results. From a humble beginning, the BNM Group of Educational Institutions is now a leader in the field of education, providing the most modern education while maintaining the rich cultural heritage of the great India. Today, BNM organized the distribution of scholarships for excellence in academics, sports, cultural, NCC and EWS.
I did my artificial intelligence MTech degree over there. Today, my company is looking at, hey, can you integrate these systems? Can you replace those analog or traditional way of working and put it digital? Right? So, we don't know the future is going to be. Even intelligent cars, intelligent IoT systems and so on. The message to you is not about where I came from. Usually we start with, sir, manage chappli irilla sir, 8th class nammappa chappli kodisidu sir. Those stories are there. Sir, 50 rupees work madidi. That is not the message that I want you to carry. The message that I want you to carry is transformation is inevitable. If you transform, you will survive in the industry. Otherwise, be happy with your first job and then probably you don't know what it is, right? So, that is the key message, input that I want you to take. Be ready for transformation. Okay, and we have seen the technology generation gap. I just now talked about Gen Z, Gen X, Gen Y and things like that, right? But more than that, you look at how the technology has transformed. I don't expect you to read everything over there, but you have seen how you moved from olden days telephone systems into the modern smartphone systems. And entertainment. Gone are those days where you go to Ajanta Theatre and then Kamashi Theatre and then watch movies. You want everything at your fingertips and at your choice, whatever scenes you want to watch, you want to see that at your home, relaxing. So entertainment industry has changed. And then the banking industry has changed. Gone are those days where you have to wait and sign a check or draft paper and then you know all these things. My point is not to make you, oh, this one, I know this ChatGPT, I know, that's fine. But there is a message over there, which I'll tell you. Automotive, you have seen how the cars are transformed. Information, this is there everywhere today. The key message for you is, compared to those Gen Z, Gen X and baby boomers and all of that, for them, it was this much amount of time was there, 20 years. If you learn one technology, you have seen some of stenographers, right? You know what is stenographer and typist? Hello, guys, girls. I want some active participation. Otherwise, I told you, tea, snacks, and then money, right? So, there used to be a 20 years gap. 20 years, if you learn typist, you can retire like typist. Those were the luxuries we had, or some of the earlier generation had, but you will not have that. Technology is so fast transforming. ChatGPT came 3-4 years ago, already starting 3.5, 4.5, 10.5, 8.5, multi-models, and language translators, everything. Earlier it was just a text generator, right? So, whatever you learn today, tomorrow, almost day after tomorrow, it will become obsolete.
The total amount generously being given to you by the management, we have to thank the management led by our Secretary Sri Narayan Rao Mane. And here, as you have been already told, we have got scholarships on different fields. One is academics, other one you got economically but meritorious students, and the other one Kala Bhagirathi team, sports and NCC. I am going to read the names of those students who are presently in 3rd semester, and based on their grades in 1st and 2nd semester, we are going to award you these awards. First, from computer science, Hamsika Gopinath. She got first place in first semester and first place in second semester.
So I told her that I'm complimenting for that prayashchitta. I'm doing prayashchitta by engaging myself with engineering colleges and providing scholarship for engineering students and trying to create more engineers from the society. That's what I'm trying to do here. But do I have any regrets? I don't have any regrets. I seriously don't have any regrets. I mean, a lot of people used to. I come from that era, you know, in the 90s, when you're not an engineer or a doctor, then you're a failure in the society. That's how families used to treat, right? A person in the mid-90s and the late 90s. And then came your software. If you're not a software engineer, then you're again a failure in the early 2000s. You know, if you're not in the IT industry, if you've not gone once abroad on site, then you're a failure in the society. So I come from that era where I was a rebel and I broke all this and I decided to do masters in social work. What I'm trying to tell you all is, it's all about finding your passion. It's all about understanding who you are and what your skills are. That's the most important aspect at this age where you're sitting right here. We never had chat GPTs in our times. We never had even mobile phones. I think the first time I saw a mobile phone was in 2004 or 2005, if I'm not wrong. That's when we were able to afford a phone. That was the Nokia 1100, which was like the best phone that we could ever afford. We didn't have all those facilities. I think all the faculties can also relate with me on this, of similar age. We used to run in search of internet cafes just to send an email, right? And it was 30 rupees an hour, right? That's how our college days and our career was built. But now you guys have everything in your fingertips, like what beautifully Dr. Mallikarjuna was explaining. You have everything in your fingertips, both the good things and the bad things. It is up to us, how are we utilizing technology?
We had a wonderful beginning with the soulful invocation, and then we had speeches by all the management members, and added to that, we had a very, very appropriate speech shared by our chief guest, Sri Mallikarjunji. And also, he spoke about one of the most important industry that is upcoming in the Indian scenario, the semiconductor revolution, which is the next great revolution, which has got huge scope for providing jobs at international level. India is forging ahead in the semiconductor field, and you all must be knowing that we are planning to have a chip industry in our own country. Only a very few handful of countries manufacture this, and India is forging ahead to be one among them. One important thing that I would like to tell you today, because most of the honor students are meritorious students who have got the highest level of CGPA. Beyond CGPA, there is something which the industry and the international companies look for up to, and that is the retained knowledge. The retained knowledge, as I have always been stressing with you, whether it's the first semester or the final semester, the knowledge should be such that it is retained, gathered and retained with an intention to recall at a moment's notice. So this aspect is very important. CGPA comes second. So, not that I am disheartening those who have got very good CGPAs, of course that's a must to be recognized, but beyond that and more than that is what you retain and use it in the favor of the companies that you join and enhance their R&D values and bring more new products into the market.